Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome back to another Ages of Conflict War simulation. It is the year 1840 in our timeline. This is how the map looks like. You can see there are some changes. For one, the Plains Creek are no longer a thing. A lot of the tribes up in the far northwest that would be around here, no longer a thing. British have much more control up north. Another thing, Republic of Texas. That's huge, right? Texas is now its own thing. Mexico, again, is replacing Spain because Mexico has its independence. And there are some other tribes like the Apache who are no longer in the simulation. So this is what the map looks like. Place your bets now. Who's going to come out on top in an all-out Civil War, Battle Royale, World War thingy in North America in the year 1840? Let's go. Everyone's racing up for the Gulf right now. The first battle is going to be between Texas and the Navajo. So the Navajo moving in, trying to cut the Republic of Texas in half. We have some alliances forming like Connecticut and Pennsylvania, Louisiana and Texas. Mexico also joined that alliance, so that'll be huge for them early on. New York is the first to fall in the Northeast, falling to Connecticut. And now the Comanche have been encroached by the greater U.S. as a whole. We have some battles between New Hampshire and Massachusetts. And New Hampshire is going to fall. Connecticut is going to beat out Massachusetts. Yeah, that's what happened. The Yakima are growing and going up north in the Great White North. Along the coast of the Pacific and outerwards. And now you also have the Nez Perce going against the Yakima. We just had Indiana fall to Michigan. So Michigan grows, and now they're pushing down south into Kentucky. Kentucky not doing too well. Meanwhile, the Nez Perce were able to chase down the Yakima and take them out, get a lot of the land that they recently captured. Kentucky split in half. Meanwhile, the Miwok were conquered by Mexico. The Wintu also fell to Mexico, as well as the Chinook. Meanwhile, the greater U.S. took out Missouri, so the U.S. government taking out the states right now. Kentucky finally fell to Michigan, and so did Illinois. So Michigan flooding down south, and they've kind of blended in with North Carolina and Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee, they're being attacked by Alabama, who's also fighting the greater U.S. in Florida. We just had Connecticut and Pennsylvania both fall to New Jersey, so New Jersey making some moves. Meanwhile, Mexico continuing to take out tribes out west. We just had the Blackfoot Confederacy, all right, a pretty big one, be conquered by the greater U.S. as they move up north into present-day Canada. Meanwhile, Georgia joined an alliance with North Carolina, trying to make friends with some of the other southern states. Maryland taken out by Virginia. The Chumash just fell to Mexico. So Mexico already has like 7 kills under their belt, trying to get that attack helicopter. The Lakota fell to the greater U.S., so all these tribes west of the Mississippi not doing too well, as the Navajo and Comanche both fall to the Republic of Texas, as well as the Arapaho. Meanwhile, we have the Nez Perce flooding out east, really dominating the British up here in present-day Canada. We'll see how the British fare later on in this simulation, if they're able to push back or if they eventually just get whittled down and fall. Alright, don't forget we have Cuba and Haiti down here in the Caribbean, but they're not doing too much as of now. Virginia was conquered by North Carolina, and Alabama was conquered by the greater U.S. The greater U.S. trying to make their way into the Caribbean, but not doing too well. They have a lot to deal with. A lot of people they're battling right now. Tennessee was conquered by Mexico. That's kind of interesting here. I don't know how Mexico got to Tennessee. Looking at this makes, unless they went up the Mississippi and literally said, screw you, Tennessee, and took them out. But we have 28 nations left. Looking at the income map, you can see, for some reason, the Nez Perce up here, super rich, as well as the Northeast. Everyone else really poor right now. Looking at the war map, you can see, I guess, the wars going on. And then the alliance map, we have a huge alliance between Mexico, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, the Cherokee, who have been relocated out west, if y'all know your history, as well as Cuba. And then we have this basically East Coast alliance with some of these states, and then the Seminole, the greater U.S. are friends with some of these Midwestern tribes right now. So kind of interesting to see how all this is going on. We have the Mississippi flooding into present-day Florida, taking out the greater U.S. and Florida for the most part, as well as Cuba landing in Miami. So the greater U.S. just has this little coastline of Florida around, what, Jacksonville maybe, not even, trying to hold on to their territory there. Meanwhile, Georgia just made a little bit of a move. The Pawnee and Sioux, both conquered by Mexico. The Cherokee were just conquered by Michigan as Michigan crosses the Mississippi into present-day Oklahoma. The border gore in this simulation is insane. This is one ugly simulation. Meanwhile, the greater U.S. just officially fell to Mexico. Given the current state of what's going on politically, that's kind of funny, I guess. I'm not even going to go there any further than that. Delaware and Maine both conquered, one by North Carolina and one by the British, who not doing too hot. Michigan is really eating away at them currently. Vermont also fell to Michigan. Who knew Michigan would be such a front runner in the year 1840? Meanwhile, Mexico goes ahead and takes out the rest of the tribes as well as the Nez Perce. So Mexico looking strong. The only tribe in their way looks like to be the Crow, which they're choosing to be friendly with right now. The Seminoles were conquered by Mississippi. So now Florida is basically split up between Georgia, Mississippi, and Cuba. Very messy. We only have 15 left, but it's kind of anyone's game in my opinion. Mexico, obviously the largest, followed by the British and probably Michigan. Meanwhile, Michigan, I mean, look, they've spread down here. They've crossed the Mississippi. They're almost split up. They just took out Louisiana, and they're all the way up in Canada too. So they're just doing everything. Uh-oh, Mexico looks like they're collapsing. Mississippi just fell to Georgia. So Georgia getting a little dub there. And Michigan's going to flood into South Mexico. Mexico had to escape all the way to like Baja California nearly. So quickly things turned on them. We have the British going down the East Coast, taking out New Jersey, leaving us with 12. The Wabanaki Confederacy hasn't moved much. They've just stayed friendly with the British, hoping they would last into the top 10. We will see if they do. Mexico continues to collapse, as well as Texas. The Republic of Texas, in their first run, almost made it to the top 10, but not quite. The Crow in Michigan trying to put in the final nails on Mexico. But Michigan also has to deal with Cuba, who has just landed in South Mexico as well. So curious to see what happens here. Mexico also had land far north, which they're using to rally some troops against the Crow. Two-prong war. Meanwhile, Cuba just collapsed. Their economy collapsed, and Georgia is the one that's going to put the nail in their coffin. So we have our top 10. We have Haiti, who got a little bit of Cuba because of that. We have Georgia, Michigan, South and North Carolina, Ohio, which has had to shift eastward, the Wabanaki Confederacy, which hasn't done nothing, the British, the Crow, and Mexico. Place your final bets. Who's making it to number 1? Who's going to win this battle royale? Michigan. Michigan just collapsed all of a sudden. Ohio was conquered by Georgia. Yeah, Michigan, they just had too much territory that they couldn't keep up with financially, and they fell to Georgia. North Carolina and Georgia flooding up into present-day Canada, and they're going to take out the British. Georgia taking out the British, the last colony to join the Revolutionary War. Georgia had a lot of loyalists, and now they finally turned on the British in the right moment, almost 100 years later. Wabanaki Confederacy also taken out by Georgia. Georgia said, all right, y'all aren't living no more. We don't need... we already have enough experience with the Confederacy. Not yet. Mexico is taken out by the Crow. Georgia now going to swoop in, take out the Crow themselves. Please, Georgia. You made it to the top 4. I don't think Georgia's won one of these simulations yet. And, of course, it's my home state, so I am rooting for them heavily. I am biased. Yeah, take out South Carolina. I love how North Carolina's been teamed up with us the whole time. They're going to help us take out Haiti. Almost. Come on. You have half an island to get. Yep. All right, Haiti's no longer, so it's Georgia and North Carolina. Where me and my brother live and where my brother's girlfriend lives. Who's going to come out on top? No, I don't like how that just went. Yeah, push them back across the Appalachians, son. The economy is very similar. Georgia, though, slight growth lead. Let's look at the economic map. Georgia had to move their capital to Jacksonville. Uh-oh. Not good for Georgia there for a second. No. Uh-oh. Georgia just collapsed. They're not doing hot. Oh, look at the fierce battles. Oh, no. We just moved our capital into Tampa. Oh, the moment we moved our capital there was the end of us. Oh, my goodness. North Carolina, congratulations. You got the dub over my home state in the end. With a lot of help from us, may I add. But in the year 1840, North Carolina is going to come out on top. In the next video, we will be in the year 1850, approaching the American Civil War in our own timeline. If you like this video, hit me with the like button. If you want to see more of these simulations, outdoor videos, anything like that, hit me with the subscribe button and join the Southern Woods community. I'll see y'all in the next one. Southern Woods out.